It is a brute force. It is a FB16, so Firewood Bundler 16. Today on In the Woodyard, I got a pile of kindling here that needs to be bundled. Luckily for me, I've got a brand new bundler. I'm going to show it to you right now. Here we go. What we have here is a pile of kindling. This is wood slivers, basically, small stuff like this size down to like this size, stuff that's kindling. And it was stuff that I've accumulated over the last few months while I'm running the processor or splitting with the splitter. So I've been just kind of dumping it in a pile here. Now I have pallets underneath here, and there's a pallet in the back, so I kind of have it off the ground. And I'm going to bundle this and either give it away to my really good customers as free samples in the beginning, and then eventually I'm going to be selling it because I can make kindling, no problem. And I also have some bundles over here that are already made that look like they're wet, but that's just on the top side here because we just had a bunch of rain. I did have this covered and I just pulled the tarp off, but there's just moisture on top here that will come off. But all this stuff is already dry and bundled, ready to go. Tony brought his bundler, the Amish made bundler that's like, I don't know, $800-900, something like that now. And we did these. So I had some to give away to people. And so I've given a few away, and I'm going to start giving out free samples. That's my plan for starting to market the kindling, which is I've done that in the past with firewood for customers that maybe always wanted oak, and I want to try to get them, you know, maybe using some other kind of wood like some ash or some cherry. So I've given some free samples away, usually, you know, an armful here and there, and just say, hey, try this out. And that's how I built up selling cherry, is that I didn't have many customers that wanted it or asked for it. Now I've got a whole bunch that really love it, and I've got now a couple of truckloads that I have processed ready to go because a lot of people really like cherry for their fire pits and for their fireplaces. So that's how I built that up. I just basically giving some away and suggesting it to people. So that's what I'm going to do with my kindling, is I'm going to gradually you know, give it to some people and then suggest it, or just let them know that I've got it. Not sure on my pricing yet. I'll probably do like $5 a bundle, maybe more. I don't know. They're pretty big bundles. We'll see. I want it to move because I want to sell it, and I know it's money, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So all this needs to be bundled, and up to now I haven't had a bundler, but now I do. Recently I was at the logging show that was in Green Bay. Last weekend I was there, and I was talking to some fellas that had some bundlers, and one of the companies said to me, hey, you need to do some videos with our bundler. So they gave me one to use. And I don't know how long I'm going to have it, so I'm going to get this stuff bundled and bundle up a bunch of other stuff. But I think as long as I keep doing videos, they'll be happy. They make a really nice electric one here. It's really pretty. It is red and black. Here it is. It is a brute force, as you can see. It says brute force right there. They've got that cut in with a laser cutter. They got brute force here. It is a FB16, so Firewood Bundler 16, so 16-inch one. It's got a, I think it's a 1/4 horsepower engine. So they got some really cool cutout in the back here, some elk fighting, because the owner, Josh, is a big elk hunter, and Scott, the salesperson, also elk hunter, just hunters in general. So that's pretty cool that that's in there. I like that. So it's got an adjustable rack here. This, you just loosen this bolt up, and the holder can slide in and out. It's got, you know, the backing where you set your wood into here. It's got a counterweight, and it came with a roll. I just ordered 8 more rolls of wrap. It's got a adjustable tensioner here for it, and like I say, it's electric, so it's got the foot pedal here. And the way that works, obviously, you just set it on the ground, you just step on it to make it go, and you plug that into a cord, and then also the motor cord, and then this just gets plugged into a cord from an outlet, and I can bundle like a crazy person. So that's what's going to happen. Not today though. It just rained for 3 days, and I was just looking. I was going to do some bundling just to try it out because I haven't used it yet, but it rained for 3 days, and this stuff's kind of wet. I'm going to let it sit a couple more days before I actually do some bundling with it. So that's what I was going to do today, but at least I thought I'd show it to you. So I've got a bundler. There it is. Very nice. So if you're interested in a brute force bundler, you go to their website and give them a call. This is the FB16. It's like $2,500, something like that, but it's going to be really nice. I saw it in operation. Very cool. I like it. It's got wheels so I can move it around. It's not too heavy. I think it weighs 150 or 160 pounds, so it's not too heavy to move. You can kind of pick up one end and just roll it around. I'm going to eventually build a platform probably right here. I just got a sheet of plywood down now, but I'm going to always put my kindling right here so I can bundle it right here, and then I'll be stacking it going this direction, because this will all open up. I'll move all this stuff out. So that's going to be my plan. And then I'll cover this stuff, because kindling is dry. Once you bundle it, this stuff this size dries literally in a couple days. Even if it's green wood, it dries really fast because it's such small slivers. I mean, most of this there's nothing more than like a half an inch thick here, and a lot of this is cherry, ash, maple, birch. What else is in here? Just a little bit of everything. So it's stuff that will all burn very, very well for kindling. So, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, and I guess I've heard this from a few other people, that, you know, they buy the firewood but then they don't have kindling. And kindling is something that really isn't for sale anywhere. I mean, you see it once in a while, you'll see some small stuff, and usually it's stuff that's trimmed lumber that people will put into bundles and they'll sell it. But this will actually be authentic, right from the wood, split kindling. And if it sells really well, then I'll start making more kindling. So, and with a fast splitter like my Ultra, I'll be able to make a lot of kindling, because I can take blocks and I can just pop them down into kindling size pieces pretty quick. So I think that's one of the reasons why you might not see a lot of kindling. It does require a lot of extra work. So that's kind of my plan, is that I'm going to start selling some kindling and doing it that way. So there it is, the Brute Force. And I will do a video on it very soon, probably in the next, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 days. I want this to sit. It's not supposed to rain for like a week now, so I just want this pile to get baked in the sun for a few days and let it dry out before I bundle it up. And I'm gonna make room over here. So that's what I'm gonna do in the future. Now, the rest of the day today, we're heading over. I'm gonna take my splitter and we're gonna go over to where I got some tree service wood that's cut up. We're gonna do some splitting. Here we go. Now it can start splitting. Okay, the splitter has been moved. I swapped out the 4-way wedge for the single wedge, which is very easy to do. As you saw, I did that real quick. Filled up the gas, and right here is the pile of wood that I have to choose from. I only have about an hour and 10 minutes that I can split, so I'm gonna get going on that. And then I got something else I gotta do for a little bit, and then I might come back and do a little bit of stacking or something. But I only got a little bit of time to split, but an hour is an hour, so I should be able to get a bunch done. So here we go, splitting. Look at that. There it is. That's about 1 hour. It's a little less than a full cord. When I have someone feeding me, I can do a little over a full cord, but I had to go grab the pieces and load them. And then I'm also using the single wedge. And when I use the single wedge, it's a little slower, but I get nicer splits, especially with this tree service wood, because there's some nasty stuff in there. But it's split really nice. I'm getting a lot of really good wood out of this. And yeah, with the single wedge, a little slower, but it's working pretty good. So that's all I got time for. I'm gonna go do some other work and maybe I'll come back. We'll see. I've got some sad news, folks. That's all I have time for today. Something came up I have to take care of. It's gonna take the rest of the day. So my work outside is done. I've covered the splitter up. I'm going back to work now. So see you tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. with another video. Between now and then, go to my channel. There's 800 videos waiting for you to watch right now. Good night, Irene.